Bringing you the latest news from Bucks County, this is the Courier Times Update with Rachel Cannelli.
This Courier Times Update is brought to you by St. Mary Medical Center in Langhorne, PA. It's your health, expect more. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rachel Cannelli reporting from the Courier Times newsroom with your news update for Friday, April 19th. A 50-year-old Feasterville man shot and killed his ex-wife, injured the woman's daughter, and shot a police officer in the chest during a shooting spree in Lower Southampton and Northampton last night. Authorities have identified the suspect as Kenneth Phillip and say he was found dead in his car after a shootout with police in Northampton. The women, who are not being identified, went to the Elegant Fashion Design to pick up a dress that was being altered, but they never got out of the car. Police say Phillip approached their vehicle, knocked on the window, and fired 3 shots from a shotgun into the car.
At approximately 10 minutes of 6 this evening, Bucks County Police Radio dispatched our officers to the A&A Computer Company on Bustleton Pike, 300 block. When the officers arrived, they did find that there was a car occupied by 2 subjects, a mother and daughter, who had been shot by a subject. The mother was deceased at the scene. The daughter was taken to St. Mary's Hospital. That information was being transmitted to other officers. A description of the vehicle, which was an older model Lincoln Continental, green with a tan top, was seen leaving the scene and was taken north on Bustleton Pike at a high rate of speed. The tag was obtained from eyewitnesses, and the information was broadcast over police radio.
Based on the radio message, observed the vehicle heading on Old Bristol Road. The individual pulled the car over. The Lincoln that was in question exited the vehicle and proceeded to fire a shotgun blast at the officer in the car. The officer was able to get out of the police car, return fire, and was able to end the situation. The subject was deceased at the scene.
Police say Phillip has a record of violent conduct. He was recently released from Bucks County Prison after violating a protection from abuse order in November. Authorities say the unidentified officer's bulletproof vest saved his life. He's on administrative leave while Bucks County detectives investigate if the shots from the officer's gun killed Phillip or if he took his own life. We have team coverage at BucksCountyCourierTimes.com from reporters George Matar, Joe Chevalier, Danny Adler, and Hema Duarte, and photographer Chloe Elmer. Bucks County humane officers have removed 116 animals from a ranch-style home and its grounds on Deep Run Road in Bedminster. Among those animals rescued were cats, dogs, guinea pigs, domestic birds, chickens, ducks, rats, snakes, and lizards. They are being cared for at the Bucks County SPCA in Lahaska and Quakertown. Officials are describing it as a hoarding situation. A Humane Society officer received an anonymous complaint that there were animals living in filthy conditions at the house owned by 80-year-old William Cameron. Officials say there has not been a determination on charges in the case. Reporter Bill Devlin has more on that story on our website. Middletown police say a Bristol Township man allegedly told his grandmother that if he didn't come up with more than $1,000 to pay his drug dealer, he was a dead man. The grandmother called police, who set up a sting that ended with the arrest of Samuel Painter, Patrick Bussman of Morrisville, and Larry Clegg of Trenton. Police followed the grandmother and arranged surveillance at a Business Route 1 diner. Reporter Joe Chevalier tells us in a story online that the men are being charged with conspiracy for theft and extortion, which is a first-degree misdemeanor. For our Bucks County weather, get your rain jacket ready. We're seeing clouds with a high near 74, but showers and thunderstorms are likely this afternoon and tonight. In fact, we could see some heavy rainfall, so be careful on your commute. Tonight's low will be around 53. There's a chance of showers tomorrow morning, but then it will be partly sunny Saturday with a high near 62. Sunday will be sunny with a high near 58. When we come back, more than 60 residents in neighboring Montgomery County took the oath to become U.S. citizens. We'll have that story for you right when we come back.
Emergencies can be frightening, but now there's a whole new way to treat them. Fast. St. Mary's Emergency Department is designed to treat in minutes, not hours. Immediate assessment. Smarter, faster flow. Care that comes to you. Experts in heart, stroke, trauma, orthopedics, and pediatrics. The speed emergencies need. St. Mary Medical Center. It's your health. Expect more. Visit stmaryhealthcare.org.
More than 60 residents from 31 different countries took the oath to become U.S. citizens at Abington High School on Thursday. We were there covering to get their emotional reaction.
It's the most important day for me because I get citizenship because the country my husband live here, and this is my second country.
It's freedom. Freedom of expression, freedom to do the things that we want to do, but by following the law. So it's just the freedom to do everything.
Reporters Hillary Bentman and Marion Callahan and photographer Art Gentile have more on that story at buckscountycouriertimes.com. Turning to sports, we have our very own video reporter Jen Wielgus joining us here in the newsroom to talk about a pretty big softball game coming up tomorrow. The Chamonix and Pennsbury face off Saturday morning. Both teams are undefeated in the SOL, and Jen knows a little something about what it's like when these two teams get together since she used to cover softball for the Courier Times. Jen, thanks for coming in. So tell us what is so great to watch when these guys get together.
Well, thanks, Rachel. As you said, I had the softball beat for the paper from 2002 to 2008. And during that time, I had the chance to travel out to Shippensburg and see each of those programs at different times win a state championship. And one year, they met actually in the state playoffs, and the game went 17 innings.
17?
Yeah, it was at Ursinus. Neshaminy won, and I'm pretty sure then went on to win the whole thing. So I don't have a steel trap memory, but that is a game I'll always remember. So while a lot has changed since I wrote for the paper, one thing hasn't, and that's that Pennsbury and Neshaminy are always two of the top programs in our area. And when they get together, it's going to be a highlight of the season for anyone who follows the sport. I kind of liken it to Pennsbury and Neshaminy are to us what Yankees Red Sox are to ESPN, in that we always make a really big deal about it, and fans of opposing teams might get a little annoyed. But unlike in pro baseball, these softball games always live up to the hype. Last year, both meetings between the teams went to extra innings and were decided by one run.
Wow.
With the home team winning each time. So I would say that Pennsbury is usually considered the favorite, but the Neshaminy players and coaches have a really impressive knack for always elevating their game whenever those orange and black jerseys are across the field. So I didn't really like the sound of the forecast that you gave because I'm going out to the game to cover it.
Okay.
And I want to get the best footage possible so the fans who maybe can't make it out there can see what it really is like to be a part of a Pennsbury and Neshaminy softball game. And rain doesn't help.
Well, I'm sorry about that forecast. Hopefully it will hold out for you and for everybody going to watch. It sounds like it's going to be a great game, and we'll definitely look for your coverage. Thanks again for stopping by, Jen. Tomorrow is the first of 2 league games. Pennsbury and Neshaminy will play each other again in May. Sticking with high school sports, Jen also has a story about how Archbishop Wood's girls lacrosse team is getting some much-needed leadership from one of their seniors this season.
Although Archbishop Wood girls lacrosse lost 8 starters from the team that fell in the Philadelphia Catholic League semifinals last year, senior Kiara Lynch saw no reason why the Vikings should lower their expectations for this year. Lynch, a LaSalle University recruit, has led Wood to a 6-1 league record as of Thursday's 19-2 win over Conwell-Egan. Her goal before she graduates?
Win a championship. We're a really young team, but we're still all athletic, and I think we did lose to O'Hara this season already. That's who we lost to in the semis last year. But I think they can definitely be beat, and I think we can make it far. We are getting better this week. We our catching and our ground balls. That's what we've been working on a lot this week, and it has been getting better. It showed a little bit today. So by the end of the season, we're hoping it all comes together and we work together really well.
Key came to us as a freshman, had never picked up a stick before, which is kind of nice to see how successful she's become. We knew right off the bat she's a heck of an athlete, as you can tell just when she runs up and down the field. Strong, quick, good sense of the sport, great leader. She doesn't, ask of anything from the team that she wouldn't want from herself. And she's going to do well down at LaSalle. She's the complete player, really.
This team, I thought, was really going to struggle in leadership this year. They lost so many seniors from last year's team, including some true standout players. So for them to have to fill those shoes was going to be very difficult. But Kiara Lynch has really stepped up and taken control of this team this year. And as far as they go, it'll be a lot. It's going to depend on how far she can really take them.
Jen says Wood is sure to make the PCL playoffs. You can follow her high school sports coverage at buckscountycouriertimes.com. Now here's a look at what we're working on in the newsroom. Governor Corbett and other state and local officials are speaking at an event today in Bristol Township to commend Waste Management for converting many of its trucks over to natural gas. Reporter Chris English is there covering. 2013 has been a very deadly year on Bucks County train tracks. Our public safety team of Lori Mason Schrader, Matt Coughlin, George Matar, and Joe Chevalier will take a look at why this is happening and what, if anything, can be done to stop it. And finally, a PNC Economic Outlook survey says Pennsylvania's small and mid-sized business owners plan to delay hiring new employees or seek new loans amid cautious optimism about the economy. Reporter Krista Shoemaker-Debris will have that story for you. You can see all of these stories and, of course, updates on your latest local news at buckscountycouriertimes.com. I'm Rachel Kennelly. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and enjoy your weekend.